Hello everyone, hello and welcome back, finally, to Let's Play Blind Grandia 2. I am the Black Shadow, and for the purposes of those of you who are perhaps following this LP in the past, or may have missed the update video I put up a couple of days ago, a few things have changed. I'll recap things just for those of you who don't know. Unfortunately, to keep a long story short, for those of you who weren't there, at this point in the LP that you've been watching, up until now, I went and basically attempted to record the rest of the game. From this point. Now, from the point that we've gotten up to now. We've just done the Rail Hills, that's well and good. We've just about entered Cyrum Kingdom South. However, what happened, unfortunately, was that the game that I was playing, while I was recording, there was basically a recording error that occurred, which sucked major balls. And due to this recording error, footage that I recorded was not recorded properly. Not all of it was recorded anyways, and through a variety of means, I ended up losing all of the footage that I did record. Now, unfortunately, because I'd gone far enough into the game, the latest save that I had still left was a little bit after where we've just left off, folks. Unfortunately, the earliest save I had remaining was slightly ahead of where we are now. Which sucks. However, we are exceptionally lucky in the fact that I actually keep multiple save slots for just such an occasion where shit happens, and B, because, B, in that, it could have been a shitload worse than what it is, and I'll explain to you why it is a lot worse than what it is. And also, as a minor side point, actually, this screen here completely changes, folks. You'll notice this screen is completely different to what we just had, folks, and you'll especially notice the mass amount of purple at the bottom left there, folks. Let me give you a basic idea of what we miss, folks. I'll tell you it right now, as basically as we head in here. Now, and just so you know, the latest save, we haven't missed much. We basically, this save, all that I will not be able to actually show you physically is the next tiny cutscene that was about to play, and me trawling through a massive dungeon, half of which you would not have seen anyways, because it's all just repeat battles. So, believe me, folks, we have got away with it massively. Now, what happened here is we're about to go into Cyrum Kingdom South. So I'll go through things as they would have happened. We go into Cyrum Kingdom South, and I'll show half of it for you. Now, a cutscene will play, basically saying that Valmar is, reviving and he's spreading. He sort of forms from the St. Heim Papal Cathedral, and that all turns to shit, which is why everything there is purple, and it is slowly creeping towards the Cyrum Kingdom. Everyone's panicking, we're all going to die, etc., etc., etc. So our heroes walk into the Cyrum Kingdom South. And they're thinking, well, what are we going to do? Valmar is, destroying everything. How are we going to combat him? Can we combat him? What are we supposed to do? I don't know. And there's general mass panic. Sort of saying, that Valmar is basically going to send everyone into their graves. And suddenly, that gives Roan an amazing idea, because in the Cyrum Kingdom South, folks, there is a mausoleum. Where, incidentally, his parents were placed. And he said, because it's like, obviously descendants of people of darkness, obviously served with Valmar, is it possible that maybe there might be some clues as to a way that we can actually fend and defeat Valmar, maybe? Who knows? So we walk into the mausoleum, folks, and yes, I did a bit of backtracking to get back here, just for all this, folks. And we walk into the mausoleum here, folks. We walk up, very nice, very fancy. And courtesy of Tio, we find out that this little bit up here is actually, it's like a mechanism. She activates it. You see, this whole mausoleum was on the ground, and she activates it. There's lots of noise, and we go, what's going on? And we walk outside and find that the entire mausoleum has lifted off the ground, to reveal, when we walk down the steps, a a doorway, folks. The doorway to the birthplace of the gods. That is all the story that you guys will miss in this LP. I've just summed it up for you in what? A minute and a half? 2 minutes? That is all the story you have missed. Promise. Dead promise. So, unfortunately, well, I say somewhat unfortunately, in the playthrough, I have actually gone through this entire dungeon. It's completely, I assume it's still clear of enemies, even though I've walked away and walked in. I assume it's still clear, though I don't actually know that. But this is a massive dungeon. There's lots to do here. And we start off with this little scripture. He who worships light shall gather around the wonder of the blue earth, the red sun and the yellow moon, then scatter. However, O he who falsely worships light and its discontent in its power, he shall only know permanent midnight. Bit of a cryptic clue, I suppose you could say, although you don't need to have read that to actually solve it. Basically, what it's saying is that you got, there's the blue earth, the red sun, and the yellow moon, which we basically sort of saying we need to try and sort of get these together. But then the interesting part is that it says, he who falsely worships light. You know, it's been an interesting one, folks. So, in this entire area, just so you know, there are loads of little side areas, loads of treasures. My goodness me, enemies do respawn. Oh my goodness me, that's going to be some massive edit. Well, it won't be as much edit as you think. But there are lots of little areas in and around here, folks, where there's like potions and all sorts of stuff. So I do get to show you off the enemies at least, which is good. But I'll show you the basic premise on what you got to do as far as the main game is concerned. And in main surrounds, if you see these, there's like doors, blue, red, and yellow doors. Yes, they are to do with the blue, yellow, and red stuff. It's fight time! So here's a couple of enemies that I didn't think I'd get to show you guys. Although, honestly, they're not that great. Oh, I haven't shown you guys. Oh yes, I'm slightly more powerful now than I should be as well. Please do bear this in mind. We are a bit more powerful than we should be. We're level 50. We're into the 50s now. That's all. Mid-50s? I don't know, but anyway. You got Yetis, Death Dobermans, and they're alright. Oh, our equipment hasn't changed all that much, actually. Just so you know. So we'll take on these guys. You know, because that's what we do best. I forget. Are the Yetis? The Yetis, I believe, are resistant to Earth. From what I've been able to tell. Although, if memory serves me correctly, is it like I think that the Death Dobermans are they like
yellow?
I can't remember. I think they're like weak. They are weak to me. I think are they like weak to wind? I don't even remember. I don't even know. Yes, folks, I am still using wind magic, believe it or not. I only hit those two. That kind of sucks. The Yetis, yeah. Enemies do start hitting for some pretty meaty damage. Yes, like Elena will hit it. See, it's got the earth element in rod, so it doesn't like feckle, basically. But I'm pretty sure the oh, you don't have it, do you? Of course you don't have it. Why would you, Tio? Beat that thing. There we go. Good one.
You better practice if you want.
I'll give you a quick glimpse of how people's equipment sounds. Of course, there's been a bit of a jump. Yeah. Oh, our experience isn't that high. Oh no, of course it's not, is it? My apologies. No, I'm thinking of something else. Sorry. Oh well, we're still mid. Oh yeah, 53. You know, that's still pretty good level. So, basically, what we need to do, if I come on back out here and give you the dime tool, is a lot of what we'll do. Yeah, you see, doorway shut. Not ideal. That's not ideal at all. Has this just done what I think it's just done? If it has done what I think it's done... Hold on a sec, that's blocked. That's locked. I can get back in, right? Right? What's going on here? I just need to go for this a little bit further, folks. This dungeon has not just done what I think it's done. This dungeon's reset itself! Completely! Ha! So you guys have only missed a cutscene. And me admittedly doing a couple puzzles to get hold of some extra treasures, but... Wow, how about that, folks? I think this puzzle it's done completely reset itself, folks. Wow. Apologies for saying those Dobermans are weak to wind. I'm wrong, they're actually immune to it. Except the Yetis are actually immune to thunder, just so you know. New enemy! Emerald birds, if I remember correctly. This is really weird, knowing what I'm doing. It's really strange. Yes, emerald birds. They love throwing ice magic at you, just so you know. So don't let them do it!
Red.
Golden hammer. Bit of Mario Bros action. What we like. But yeah, I mean, I didn't think this last dungeon would completely reset. I suppose I will run through it just for completion's sake, folks. You know, I mean, I know what I'm doing, so it won't take too long, actually. I might even try clearing this whole dungeon in one go. Because I know what I'm doing, and I'm not, and things I'm not having to make sidetracks. Because there's this elevator here, but yeah, all the lights there are off. Right, so we get to actually do this properly. Right, so a lot of what you're doing revolves around these things. What do they do? Well, if you activate them, they light up. They switch doors of its appropriate colour, so blue doors will open and close depending on, obviously, whether they were closed or open. Obviously that's not great, because we do need to activate these lights. However, we now cannot get back to the elevator. Therefore, we must now take an alternate route. Just so you know, this door opens here, so you can actually go backwards, which is nice. Just going to recover my health quickly. There we go. Again, I'm so sorry, folks, that this part of it's not blind, but it's just, you know, I say I'm lucky that I was able in a position where I could do this. Ah, now this stuff is important. This little shiny side here. Bear that in mind, folks. If we come down here, you'll find that there's this little device here, and also there was actually like I think it was like a suit of armor on this plinth. Basically, if you come over here and activate this, it bounces. And if you can hit that, basically it's something you can do to like lower stuff and get on some extra treasure. There's a couple of those that are around. You've got to kind of like almost manufacture, which is a bit fiddly, but they're not too difficult. And then you can go on it, get hold of your thing, which is cool. Right, so this is not the way that we actually want to go. We want to head up these stairs. Except we can't, because there's a red door, so you can't even do that. So all you can do is take the only other routes left, which is back up here. I believe if you head, I think it's this way. Yeah, this blue door that was shut, we can now head through. Right, so I'm gonna also try and not get in as many fights as I can, because it does make the leveling slightly artificial, but you know that's a problem. Right, so here's another bit here. Lots of red doors. We can't activate that until obviously we find a red light. I don't want to get into a fight with this, which is not easy. Trying to not get into a fight in this game is harder than you'd think. And so that will eventually, well, we can go up this side, which is something we can't do at the moment, but we will have to do later. or may have to do later. And that takes us to this lift here. So we can take this one. And this will take us to the second level, of which there are 3. Very good. Okay then, so we'll move on and notice the red stuff on the wall. Think of this as like the red level. Now obviously you can't go that way because it's blocked, but we can head over yonder. Notice yellow door, yellow thing. I'll fight this guy because we've not fought him, but that's it. You know, I'll show him off because he's a new enemy that we haven't. Well, you guys haven't seen. I have. These guys are interesting actually. Ancient warriors, undead. Now, traditionally in RPGs, and I would say traditionally, often is the case that undead enemies are usually vulnerable to fire damage. Except these guys don't fall under the same category, interestingly enough. Now, these guys are weak to... I think they're weak to... I don't know, is it Earth? I remember it was something kind of strange. I wasn't expecting.
Please, wind, dance.
They do have a weakness, I'm sure. Like, yeah, because that's sort of, you know, whatever's damage. Sort of. Well, I think it was like they were weak to earth damage, if I recall correctly. It's hard to say. I mean, it's like it's best part of time now. It is midnight. I've been out most of the night actually. I'd let you know guys actually while we've been running around this. I've been at the theatre actually tonight, watching a. It's something that I kind of completely forgot about. I was only reminded a week or 2 ago about it, and then kind of forgot about it again until like a couple of days ago. Is a certain individual called Darren Brown. Now, for those of you who perhaps basically outside the UK, for those listening in the UK, we absolutely love him. For those of you outside the UK, he is like, not a magician, but, oh no, don't do that. But he's like an illusionist, if you will. Don't get ambushed. Trying desperately not to get run, just follow where I'm going, folks. This is a pathway down to the 3rd level. Gonna recover. Not gonna save, because I don't want you to see where we're going next. We'll head down. But he's basically an illusionist, folks. He is really good. He's at the theatre. We booked tickets. Apparently, basically, a friend of my of a family basically booked some tickets to go see him. That was about a year ago. So, yeah, I wasn't going to get out of that one. I had to fight. How the fuck did we still get initiative? How the heck did we manage that? Crazy. So anyways, yeah, so my younger sister actually finds out that he's going to attend like the theatre of Kings here about a year in advance. We book the tour. We all forget to about 2 weeks ago where we just get bombarded out of nowhere. And then like, oh yeah, crumbs, we got to do that. So plans had to change slightly. But yeah, we went there. I've always enjoyed his work. You know, he's a lot on TV and that kind of stuff. And although weak to lightning instead, I might have been slightly impressed. But yeah, so I've gone and seen him and that. I must admit, it was very interesting. You know, I'm
challenge.
The past several years, I've not really been able to do too much of what exactly I wanted to do by LPG. But no, it was great. It was very nice to go and do something that I actually I actually really did enjoy doing for once, which I haven't always been able to manage, unfortunately, in the recent past. There is an item hidden back there, but we can't get to it right now. But I've already got it, so I'm not going to show you it. Just as a note. But yeah, it was pretty good, you know, and yeah, Darren Brown is fucking awesome, and unfortunately he's only really known in the UK, and that's a shame. There's a couple of rooms like this. These are like little mini boss rooms, but obviously I've already cleared out the mini boss, so it's not going to make me fight him again. Yellow switch. Very good. Now, obviously, we've got the yellow switch, which is all well and good, except for the fact that you're thinking, what you'll realise, wait, hold on a sec, where's the red switch? Well, there's some items down this way, but we don't want to go this way. To get to the red switch, we need to go back to the 2nd floor, so we have to go back on ourselves a bit here. But yeah, you know, some of the stuff he did was very, very impressive. Some of it, you know, I mean, he's not a sight, for those of you, he's not like, you know, especially for like those in the States, he does confess, you know, he has tried, you know, going to the States, but it's not really clicked off very much. But in the UK, we love it a bit. But yeah, he's not like a psychic by any means. In fact, he basically denounces those that say that they are, because he will constantly profess that he is not a psychic, and that, you know, the stuff that he does is not, you know, it's like, you know, he does sort of cold reading, that kind of stuff. Another mini boss room, you know, cold reading, you know, the apparent speaks to the dead, but he says that he's not a psychic or anything like that. Red switch. Just follow what I'm going. I'm literally just blitzing through this just so I can get it done. So that's great. You know, that's it. We've done all the lights now, and we you know, that's cool. We can get out of here now, right? Well, not actually, because you'll notice you're like, well, Birthplace of the Gods 1. What's the point in doing that? No, you can actually go back there. There is a special piece of equipment you can go if you go back that way, which is like manufacturing one of those shooty, mirrory things. But I'm not doing that right now. But no, that's not the way you want to go. But yeah, it was very enjoyable, very interesting seeing some of the stuff he did. You know, it's a mixture of a lot of things. You know, it's another thing that you can do. You know, activating, you know, getting more stuff. But I'm not doing that right now. But I can't. It won't let me. But you know, it's a mixture of you know showmanship. You know, a bit of sleight of hand, misdirection. You know, all sorts of things, folks. But you know, and on the UK as well, there's loads of stuff that he's done on the TV. All sorts of things. Do we need to do this? Oh, I think we do. Actually, this opens the door next to us, so we do have to do this one. So, bouncy. But yeah, it is incredible, the stuff that he does do. And it's, when I watch it live, some of it you can sort of see where he's doing it. You know, some of the stuff he's sort of showing what he's doing. It's just the fact that he can do it is quite something. And then some of the stuff that he did towards the end was just mind-boggling. Oh yeah, ridiculous amount of treasure there, folks, just so you know. So what we need to do now is we now need to what do we do now? Oh, I can't remember now. Speaking so much about Darren Brown, I now don't know what I'm doing. We need to get back down to the 3rd floor. Oh, here we are. This is where we want to get to. Yes, we need to get down to the 3rd floor, believe it or not. Be honest, I wasn't too sure at the time. Just follow the arrows. But yeah, there is a reason we want to go back down to the 3rd floor, and I say it's to do with the yellow lights. Because we've done the whole bit of, you know, of like tying together all through the lights. But you remember that second passage it said, you know, about renouncing the light? Well, if you thought that the light meant the sun, I wouldn't blame you, but unfortunately, it's not. See, if you come down here and then you turn off the yellow light after having lit up the other two, we go over to yonder elevator. Ah, look at that. Very impressive, I'm sure. And so now, remember that was the elevator that took us back up to the took us back up to the 1st floor. Now it takes us somewhere else. And yes, I had to undo basically the vast majority of what I'm doing now just to get to where I was. Ridiculous, folks. I know. Whoops. Right, so we now need to make our way to the elevator, which of course is on the 2nd floor. So by finding our way, for lack of a better term, yeah, here we are. Eventually, we make it back to the elevator. And instead of taking us to the 1st floor, because it now points down, we go down instead to the 3rd floor again, to a part of that we were never able to access, which is really cool. Again, lots of stuff to do on the side in this place, but of course I've already done it, so I'm not going to bother showing you it. Oh no, go away, you cretins. You can go either way round here, folks. Both ways will take you to the same place. Save point, door. This is where my save point got up to, folks. The one that I'm playing now. Don't look. No, you're not allowed to look. Yeah, I say I'm not showing you those save points, folks, but the other saves, because it's a slight spoiler. Because I say, although the save point has got up to this point, this was the earliest save I've had. I have gone a little bit further yet into the game, which kind of sucks in a way. But to be fair, I'm going to stay reasonably true to what my commentary actually was. And to be fair, even in my original commentary, I didn't actually say much at all. So to be fair, you know, yeah, I didn't say much during much anyway. So what you're going to hear is going to be usually true. But now we're actually going to carry on with the game, and we're just coming up to the half-hour mark if we're not already there. But I'm going to give you guys something that actually I've not sped through, because it's only fair, and I can. So hey, here's for making up for 2 days of no video. So let's head through the door, folks. Except that we can't, because Elena has spoiled something. These things, like statues of something. Statues. Power cells from an ancient civilization. Coffin-shaped power cells. The fuck? And I scared the hell out of, because someone is inside. There really are coffins. A human mummy, it seems. It who is old, also from an ancient civilization. So they really are coffins, yeah. But why the heck would they be stored here? I don't know, partially the Mausoleum kind of stuff, you know, just as a thought. No! I do not know. I do not have that information in my memory. Well, that sucks. I believe their function is outside the scope of my duty. Way back here. How many blazes could be inside, folks? Yeah, believe me, if I'd have run through this properly, doing everything, it takes an age to get here. So we've had the shortcut route. But what the heck would these sort of things be doing here, folks? I mean, what exactly are they? Are they coffins? Power cells? Ooh, very strange, folks. However, our answers shall await in here. The control room. I hope you're ready for a bit of heavy story. I'm going to keep my mouth shut as much as physically possible. And I say as much as physically possible because I can't say I'm going to keep my mouth shut, because that would be a lie. There's a seal of granite all the way down here. Except if you if you look at it, folks, it's not quite right. You'll notice, yeah, it's like a mix of you know, obviously the granite's just sort of circular and the Valmar was triangular. I hope I've got the right way around. And vice versa. It's like a mix of both. Very strange looking seal. Well, holy crap! You KTO? Hope it's not none of this mind control stuff. Oh. It's a message. Special delivery by way of Thunderbolt. Elmo wishes to speak to us. Now, there's only one Elmo that I know of before this, and he was a raving lunatic. Get lunatic. Lunatic. Go watch GTA 2. the caretaker of this facility. That way, let's go. Oh, look, there's Tio taking lead of the party. Very nice of her. But isn't that strange, folks? A Granus and Valmar seal combined? Very unusual. Although, to be fair, this isn't a bad thing that I get to watch this twice just so I can make a bit more sense of it. This is a little bit mind-boggling when you start off with. Honest. So I'll just change something there quickly. What can I do for you? Yeah, of course, a bit like Tio, you know, Automata, etc., etc. The people are suffering. Please answer our questions. You are the caretaker of this, the resting place of the people of darkness. You must know something of Valmar. Please tell us. For at one time, this was the place where Granus and Valmar conducted their research. Very interesting choice of words, that. Like I say, this is some pretty heavy stuff. I hope you're ready for this. They carried out all manner of experiments, seeking to create that power which became their own. She doesn't sound anything like this, by the way. She sounds like a she, for starters. She don't have this sort of, you know, buff, sort of burly voice. And so this place was named the birthplace of the gods, for it was here that they ascended into their own power. Yeah, you weren't the only one, Ryudo. Look, just tell us how Valmar can be destroyed. What can we do? Trap Valmar in that seal? There's gotta be a way. Except, how's that for a response, folks? What do you mean by seal? You know, a seal. Come on, Elmo, work with me here. We mean the seals of Granus that seal in Valmar, like those crests, you know? Ah, now I understand. The system that collects the individual units of Valmar. And you refer to it as a seal. No doubt a mistaken reference to its secondary function. Oh yes, folks. Its primary function is to activate Valmar. The collection and assemblage of Valmar's pieces is solely a preparatory stage. I couldn't even say that right the first time round. That's embarrassing. Activate. Shit. What do you think Elmer means by activate? It is a system that prepares the human body for possession by Valmar. The seals of Granus do not seal and lock away the Valmar pieces. They merely prepare them so that they can basically take human hosts. Mind-boggling. The system encodes Valmar into a human host, fusing the essence of Valmar with a corporeal body. It was never intended to act as a seal. Valmar was never ever sealed away, folks. To think Zera has already tried to condemn the world after lying, you know, wanting Valmar to be revived, and the conspiracy goes even deeper than that. Crazy stuff. What you call the seals of Granus attune Valmar to the human body. Modifying the form of the human host is necessary. For example, the horns of Valmar within you can be released, attuned, and again be given a physical existence. Yeah. Oh yes, Ryudo. Believe me, they can. Ryudo would end up becoming Valmar. You also seem to misunderstand the being called Valmar. In order that you have a proper understanding of these matters, I will show you the ancient records I maintain. The truth of truths.
When the world was still young and yawned at every new dawn's waking, Granus came. All was bathed in the light of heaven.
which we know of. The good days.
Thus those were the days of marvels, for the power of creation was given unto man. Prayer became form, thought became matter, springing from the minds of men. Many wonders were worked in those days. The people grew prosperous. All that they could desire was given to them. Soon they lost their ambition, their passions. They ceased to dream. Still the worship of Granus grew in strength and number. All were compelled to pray without ceasing. So may have been the intent of Granus. The few remaining people who sensed danger in this course found power to resist Granus. They found power in Valmar.
People of darkness. I knew that beforehand anyways, folks. That's not saying anything new.
Power to release the energy bound up in life. Power drawn from the people themselves. Power to unmake the world. Thus in those days they made war.
Water hose.
Granus destroyed, and Valmar's body lost. And now the destruction in men's hearts knows no bounds. It grows with every passing day, a colliding of darkness and light, and then a bitter rain. Valmar has the ability to absorb a person's soul. That which you call a seal is a device which embeds a person's heart and soul into the core of Valmar. It transforms the instincts, prayers, and wishes of a person's heart into the core of Valmar.
So if I remain calm and don't give in to emotion, then I'll be safe.
Yes, that possibility is quite real.
I am uncertain, but like the Granus saber, it is possible you can assume a form unlike the horns of Valmar.
But can we be sure?
If he cannot control his emotions, Ryudo will become Valmar.
If that happens,
Yup.
a new Valmar would be born. And regardless of who wins, Valmar will be complete.
Elmo,
The
fire that
ultimate
thing
dice
up.
roll.
Huh?
Ryudo, I do not think that a human heart, emotions, can be controlled. No matter how much you want to save the world, if you give in to anger toward Valmar, you will end up like Melphis.
Right. What will we do if that happens?
No! Don't do it! I couldn't bear losing Ryudo to Valmar.
Don't worry, Elena. I won't give in, no matter what form I take. I know that my need to protect you, will help me persevere.
Oh, Ryudo.
I believe that.
Ryudo,
Elena, there is no other way. If I don't go, everyone will die.
The system has been activated.
Thanks.
Tio, I must apologize to you
for what?
for watching you desperately struggle to discover what a human heart is, what it is capable of. I'm ashamed that I treated you like a doll. For that, I apologize.
Ryudo, please do not worry about it. This plan is nearly hopeless, but I believe in you. I do not want to see the end of humanity. I enjoy the company of people. Ryudo, please protect my dreams.
Roan, no matter what I become, a terrible battle will take place. I want you to evacuate everyone as far away as possible. Please do as I say, Your Highness.
On my journeys with you, I have discovered who I am. Ryudo, I owe it all to you.
You do the same for me, Roan. We have to win. No, we will win.
That's the spirit.
Ryudo, you must absolutely, positively come back.
There's something so Final Fantasy VII about this, that the whole the old shuttle into space sequence with Sid and co. Anyone who has played that game will remember that sequence. There's something so reminiscent of it in this. I don't know what, but one of my favourite
Why do you have to
sequences
come
in
to
RPGs. That so can't
I
wait to show
wanted to
that one
save
day.
everyone. I did everything I could. But still, why can't we be together? What did I do wrong?
Elena, nothing you ever did was wrong. It was right. That's why I can do this. I'll happily risk my life to protect your kindness. So if I should die, you may live.
Ryudo.
Live, Elena. Live.
Wait for it. There it is! It only took us 40 videos to get there, but we got there in the
The
end.
horns of Valmar will be released. Please proceed to the center of the system.
I must admit though, folks, I mean, for once in playing video games, normally I'm like, oh, for goodness sakes, and I sort of cringe in pain. But for once, when I actually saw that, I didn't. For once, I felt kind of, you know, like, ah, it'd been so long coming. Well, this is getting kind of loud, actually. I do apologise. Thought I turned down the
I
volume.
want to believe in you. But please.
There, so I'm just turning down a
Share
little bit more.
your
It's
strength
getting
with me.
on my readings. It's getting really freaking loud. But yeah, folks, it's a one-man vendetta mission. Ryudo is gonna have to go on his lonesome and seemingly challenge Valmar himself. Try and use the power of the horns without letting it overcome him and without letting Valmar sort of assimilate it. As long as Valmar is incomplete, we have a chance of doing something about it. But if it gets hold of the horns, we're fucked. But of course, you know, it's a non-suicide mission, and you know, of course, our heroes, you know, Elena and Ryudo, our main two protagonists, have finally, you know, sharing their feelings with one another. Isn't that sweet? They're just sharing one final moment together before the final fight. Can Ryudo do it, folks? Well, I hope he can. Make my life a lot easier. But to take on Valmar on your lonesome is not an enviable task. You'll be pretty brave or pretty darn desperate. Oh, for goodness sakes. That's getting slightly painful. Go on, off you go. We have got business to do.
No matter what you might look like, please, come back to us.
You with a giant hole
I
protruding from
promise.
my head.
I'll definitely be back.
He'll be back, folks. And I'll be back next time. See you then.